Welcome, everybody, to Books with Cooks,
a podcast for bookies and foodies.
Hi, I'm Jess.
And I'm Alex.
And we're two cousins
who are also best friends
who love to read.
Yeah.
And I love to cook.
And I cook to survive.
We'll be reviewing, analyzing,
sometimes overanalyzing,
and discussing the books we're currently reading, as well as new
and old
recipes from our kitchen to yours. By the way, we're real people
with real families.
So you may hear cats,
dogs,
birds,
babies,
and husbands.
So enjoy that bonus material. Now let's get booking
and have a tasty chat. Listeners, stick around at the end of this episode for some bloopers and bonus content.
Hey, listeners. If you're enjoying our podcast, please give us a 5-star review on Apple, Spotify, or your preferred streaming service to help us reach more listeners and spread the word about our podcast.
All right, so we just want to introduce a new segment on our Thursday episodes called Harpoon That Tune. Can you guess a tune within 5 seconds of hearing its intro? We want to know.
If you can guess, reach out to us via email or message us on our socials with the answer to be featured in an upcoming episode and grab a chance to be entered in an upcoming giveaway.
Oh, yeah. Today's tune is... Hey, everybody. Welcome back.
Hey. Hi, Jess.
Hi, Alex.
What's up? Why are we being weird?
I don't know. Hey, how are you? Sad. I don't know. I just feel like delirious right now. I don't know how, you know what I'm saying? My face hurts. My face hurts.
We've been having a real fun time over here.
We've been having a roni.
Having a roni for sure.
Of a time over here.
Our Thursday episodes are always so much fun to record.
I know.
Hopefully you guys can tell by the finished product, but we have so much fun.
Seriously. We were just having like an aftermath conversation after we recorded the game that you're going to hear later on in this episode. We were quoting movies. We were doing all kinds of things. Me and her were delirious. Me and Alex were literally delirious, laughing, hysterical. Probably this whole recording of this episode. Yeah. To the fact that my face is numb. Like it hurts. I'm in physical pain from laughter. All right. So whoever says laughter is the best recipe or something. Yeah, for face hurt. All right. Because that's what I'm experiencing at the moment. All right. Oh, I'm dying here.
I'm dying here.
I'm in the dark here. I'm in the dark.
Yeah. I think we're going to talk about that actually and why we always say it.
Well, we talked about it in the Tuesday episode.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I forgot. You're like, oh, okay. Oh, man.
So what's new? What's going on with you? Oh, look, I can rhyme.
Not well.
Not well. No, I can't rhyme well.
Go ahead. Alex said she wants a rap. Go, Alex. Give us your best rap.
I can't rap.
Hip hop anonymous.
I said hip. What is the old lady rap in, what is it, the Wedding Singer?
I said hip. I love that movie.
Hippity hop.
Hippity hop. She's so cute. He always seems to have like a cute little old lady in his movies, Adam Sandler, for some reason. Yeah. Just hanging out with the cute old ladies.
Yeah. Rob always quotes Happy Gilmore to me. So I'll say like, oh, my back hurts or something like that. And he'll be like, oh, does your back hurt? Because you just pulled landscaping duty or something like that. Something along those lines.
Yeah, we always do that too. Or I'll be like, can you get me when I say to Doug, like, or he'll say it to me, like, can you get me a glass? He'll be like, can you get me a glass? Can you get me a cup? I'll be like, I'll give you a warm glass. Shut the
fuck up. Oh, shut the hell up.
You will go to sleep or I will put you to sleep. We say that to the baby too, but whatever. Oh my God. No, I'm kidding. We don't say that to him. Because that would sound awful. He wouldn't know we're quoting something and he'd be like, what?
Childhood trauma.
Right. Exactly. So, Jax, 23-year-old Jax, why are you sitting in my therapist chair? My parents quoted all these movies to me, made me think that it was really happening. Why it wasn't even happening? Why did I do that? No, we really didn't do that.
No, I know.
But he might end up in the chair just from our conversations.
Maybe.
My parents are seriously problematic.
He's going to think it's just normal. And then one day when he's a little bit older, he's going to go over to a friend's house and their parents are just going to be having a normal conversation. He's going to be like, wait, that's weird. Why aren't they just making sound effects?
Your parents are boring. No. Yeah.
So funny.
So I want to see for the first time ever in a long time a movie that's coming out called Argyle. Did you see the coming attractions for this?
No.
Oh, I want to see it. There's so many people in it. So it's called Argyle, and it's Bryce Dallas Howard. Is that her name? Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. Two Slice Hilly. Eat my shit. No. So Bryce Dallas Howard is in it. Catherine O'Hara, Bryan Cranston, Dua Lipa, Henry Cavill. Alex is like, you have me at Henry Cavill.
I'm sold. Also, Dua Lipa is an interesting choice.
Sam Rockwell is in it. Okay. Samuel L. Jackson. Like, basically, who's not in it at this point? There's so many people in it. It's like a big star-studded cast. Mm-hmm. It's, I think, the same guy who did The Kingsman, which I like.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, it's like action-y like that.
Yeah.
But basically, you're in Bryce Dallas Howard is writing a book. Mm-hmm. So you're half in her action book and you're half out of it. But she's actually having action outside of her book, too, because she's writing about something. And she's actually writing about something that she thinks is fiction, but it's not. And people are coming after her because she's exposing shit. It sounds awesome.
Yeah, it sounds
and
fun.
There's a cat. There's a cat involved.
Okay.
Yeah.
A cat and Henry Cavill.
I know. Well, I'm going to send you the trailer, the coming attraction, because Henry Cavill's in the beginning and you're just going to be like, oh, yeah. I think he's part of her action book, and Dua Lipa too. Okay. You'll see. It just looks great. For the first time I was watching this trailer and I was like, I want to see this movie.
Yeah.
And I haven't felt like that in a while. So
yeah, I can't remember the last time I was like, I don't even see movie trailers anymore, to be honest.
Oh, it came up on TikTok. It was like one of the ads.
Oh my God. Okay. Speaking of which, this came up on my TikTok. Maybe it's just because TikTok, my TikTok knows my algorithms. But did you ever read the Percy Jackson series?
No, I've always wanted to, but didn't.
Because they're making it into a series on Disney Plus, and the first episode airs on December 20th, and I'm so excited. And then last night I saw that they're rebooting the Harry Potter series. They're making it into a television show on HBO, and it's going to air. Yeah, in 2025 or 2026. And I'm so excited. I've like never been more excited for anything besides these two things right now.
Yeah, that's really exciting.
Yeah. No, I'm excited for that. And I think I've mentioned this to you before, but they're supposedly turning ACOTAR into a series as well on Hulu.
No, I did not hear this.
Oh, yeah, they are. And I've been super excited about it. I don't know when it's supposed to come out, but everybody keeps talking about who they would fan cast as the characters. And Henry Cavill's name comes up quite a bit to play Rhysand or some other characters from Akamath. And I'm like, I mean, honestly, he could play all of them and I would be happy. I wouldn't even care. I wouldn't even care that they're all the same guy.
He just plays all the roles, like Eddie Murphy, Eddie Murphy 90s, early 2000s movies, just playing all the roles.
He's the surreal. I mean, I would watch that without a doubt.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, well, I do have another movie related update for you, but
okay.
It also involves Taylor Swift. I saw an article this morning because I don't know if you saw, she released, I guess like a movie version in IMAX of the Eras Tour. I don't think it's the whole concert, but anyway, she sold more than the Barbie movie. And they said that it's making all of these like movie people really upset that she sold so much.
I still want to get like on Zoom together or something and watch the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
And review it on here. I think we should do that.
Yeah.
I think that would be a fun bonus episode to do, like a movie bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though we were kind of hating on it and now we're going to watch it and we're probably going to love it. So
I mean, I heard that it's kind of like a musical too. And you know how I feel about my musicals. Can't go wrong.
I was hating on it because it was in my face constantly. They were just throwing it in my face. Remember, I was like, can't take it anymore. It's constant.
Yeah, they had a lot of marketing.
And then I seen a clip of, remember I sent it to you, a clip
Sublime.
of, he was like, Sublime. And I was like, all right, maybe I want to see it. And then I found out it was a musical. And I was like, oh, now I kind of do want to see it. Yeah. And then when my friend told me, she was like, you'll love it. I've seen it 3 times in the theaters. I was like, fine, I want to go. And that was that. So now I officially want to see it.
Yeah.
And I shall.
And I shall.
Yeah, we should have a girls' movie night via Zoom.
Yeah.
And we should, maybe drink a little wine, maybe not. And review that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
So, be prepared.
Be prepared.
For a Barbie bonus-sode.
Yeah. Nice. Maybe we'll go live on TikTok too while we do it.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, I feel like I'm dying from laughter.
I know.
I'm still getting over being sick. I thought I was over being sick, but now I feel like this just made me sick again. All the laughter just brought things back.
Well, yeah. It's a lot of laughter.
I'm having a ball.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, like, if it sounds like we're having a great time, it's because we really are having a great time when we record these things for you guys. So, you know, that's that. Take that information and do what you will with it.
Do with that what you will.
All right. Well, that said, let's go on to our word of the D.
All right.
We had a good conversation.
Okay. It's time for the word of the day. Remember that we encourage our listeners to use these words in your daily conversations and with us on our socials. Each word of the day will come from the Word a Day Vocabulary Workbook by Francine Puckley or Franny the Pucks. Follow the link in bio to get a copy for yourself.
Without further ado, today's word of the day is
ravenous. One of my favorite words, actually. Spelled Ravenous and pronounced ravenous. It's an adjective defined as powerfully hungry, intensely eager to be satisfied. For example, I am ravenous. Fortunately, dinner will be ready soon. Alex, can we come up with some examples?
All right. When it is yummy, yummy, nom nom time in my house, all of the animals, my cats and dogs, are ravenous for their dinner. And that's what I call it, yummy, yummy, nom nom time. And they all know what that means. Actually, I shouldn't say it too loud. They're looking at me.
I don't think you have the capacity right now to be serious.
I mean, it was a good example. Shut up.
All right. I question the word ravenous because I wonder, do ravens eat a lot?
Probably. Are they considered scavengers?
Maybe.
I don't know. All right.
They're very smart, very intelligent.
They are. All right. Well, here's some trivia about the word ravenous. Roots in the late 14th century, at the time meaning obsessed with plundering, extremely greedy, from the Old French ravine, meaning violent rush, robbery. By the early 15th century, the term shifted to meaning voracious. Interestingly enough, the word has nothing to do with ravens. There you go. It has nothing to do with ravens.
Okay. That is interesting enough because that just answered my question.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, voracious, great word.
Yeah. All right. So that brings us to our speech series. As you know, we like to enhance your speech as well as our own, and we're going to be taking these from the Well-Spoken Thesaurus by Tom Healer, or Tommy the Heels. So for this week, what you're not going to say is, now that I think about it, and instead you're going to say, in retrospect. So for example, you're not going to say, now that I think about it, the turkey was on the lawn. Instead, you're going to say, in retrospect, I believe that turkey was on the lawn. And that's exactly how you're going to say it as well. So there you go.
Why is the turkey on the lawn, though? Why is he there?
I don't have the answers to these questions, Jessica. It just is. Just allow the turkeys to live their lives.
Well, next time you guys have a turkey on your lawn, you know what to say. Oh, my God. All right. Well, that brings us to our question of the day. And our rapid fire round. So let's go.
All right.
Oh my God. I'm crying here. Oh God. Definitely stay after this episode because there will be some fun bonus content for you. This rapid fire round is things you shouldn't do in the dark. sorry in advance. Things you shouldn't do in the dark. We're going to have 2 minutes on the clock to shout out as many things as we can think of. Are you ready, Alex?
I think so.
I don't know if I'm ready. Here we go. All right. 2 minutes on the clock. Things you shouldn't do in the dark. Go.
Paint a room. Paint a portrait. Paint
Walk
your
downstairs.
nails.
Yeah.
Do your makeup.
Brush your hair.
Punch a dick.
Blow dry your hair.
Pet a dog.
Pet a turkey on the lawn. Read a book.
Go for a stroll by yourself. Read a book.
Go for a stroll with a turkey. In the dark.
Listen to ghost
shouldn't-
stories.
Oh yeah. You should never walk around your house in the dark. Because you could trip over something and get hurt. Like a dick.
Cook in the dark.
Yeah, definitely don't cook in the dark. You're gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
It's not wise. Although, is it 100% dark if the fire is there? I don't know.
Are you cooking over a campfire? What kind of fire are you cooking over in your kitchen? I'm kind of concerned about your cooking at all now.
Let me see. Things you can't do in the dark.
Cut your chicken with a knife.
Use a knife at all. Really.
Drink alcohol.
Feed your fish. Cut your meat.
Go through your bills.
Pay your bills. Write a check.
Okay.
Pick a pet.
Write a letter to your pen pal.
Pick a spouse.
Why? Love is blind. Get dressed.
Jump on a trampoline.
Okay.
Jump at all. Really. Time's up.
Okay. All right.
All right. We tried to be really good there. There was a couple of times we made a slip.
Mm-hmm.
A little slip of the dick, but that's okay. I am so sorry for everyone in this episode. This is definitely not a PG episode. All right. Let's go to our questions. Let's run to our questions.
All right.
So,
first question. Are you currently or have you ever been afraid of the dark? Do you always turn lights on when you walk around in your house at night?
yes. And yes. I'm not currently afraid of the dark, but I do sleep with a light on. I will not sleep in the dark. I have to have the TV or a light on or something. And Doug hates that because he wants to sleep in the dark.
Yeah.
And I always turn the lights on because I've seen enough horror movies. And when they don't, it frustrates my soul. So, just in case, I am the type of person where I know there's a wire there or something and I'll trip over it. So I need the lights on because I need to protect myself.
Okay.
How about you?
We are exact opposites. So, no, I'm not afraid of the dark, but I cannot sleep unless it's like pitch black in the room. And Rob is like you. He needs to fall asleep with like the TV on or something. And I have to wait until he falls asleep and then I turn everything off. Or I put on my little sleep headphones that go over my eyes and it blocks out sounds and light because I need the sensory deprivation. And I do not turn the lights on when I walk around. Sometimes if I need to go and I'm not sure what I'm looking for, or maybe I'll use like the flashlight on my phone or something. But usually if I'm just getting up to use the bathroom or something, I'll just walk down the hall, go, and then come back. And I don't turn any lights on. So, yeah.
Seems illegal to me. You gotta turn some lights on.
I walk by moonlight.
Oh, how very poetic of you. All right. Now, question 2.
Okay.
Sticking with the dark theme here. If you were a character in Star Wars, would you join the dark side or be a part of the rebellion? For example, a Jedi.
Yeah. I would obviously join the rebellion. I would be alongside Han Solo. We would fall in love and we'd live happily ever after with little Jedi babies. Even though I don't think he's a Jedi, but I would be a Jedi and he would be my protector and my friend.
Han Solo?
Han Solo.
Okay. All right. All right. I mean, I'm going to be tempted to join that dark side, right? I want to use because it's this cookies. All right. It's cool there.
What?
I don't know. No. First of all, Darth Vader is my favorite. He's awesome. He's such an awesome character. Okay. He's scary as hell if you do work for him, obviously, because he will kill you. But I think the Force is super cool. So I mean, you could be a Jedi and use the Force, right?
Yeah.
All right, so fine, I'll be good and I'll be the Jedi and I'll have the Force. But part of me wants to be like, come to the dark side. You know what I mean?
Not really.
I'll put it this way. If it's real life, Jedi. If it's a theatrical performance of some kind, I want dark side because it's exciting. That's all.
Okay. You're going to be like an implant in the Jedi Rebellion for the dark side. So you're going to be just convincing people to join the dark side. Like, hey, I heard that Darth Vader's got cookies and milk. Do they have cookies and milk? No,
I'm an implanted spy. I like it. I like
As
it.
you all know, we recently read A Flicker in the Dark by Stacy Willingham. We picked our favorite good and bad reviews in case anyone's on the fence about reading it. Flicker in the Dark currently has an overall rating of 4 out of 5 on Goodreads and a 4.3 on Amazon, with a publication date of January 10th, 2022. Alex, let's do the bad reviews first. What do you got?
Okay, so this is a 1-star review, and this person said, I almost always give even the shittiest books at least 2 stars because the author I'm bashing wrote words and got them published. Good job. However, given that the story has already been optioned by Emma Stone, I don't think the author will be weeping into her labradoodle's fur over my piddly little review, so fuck it. 1 star.
Wow.
There you go.
Bitter. Seriously bitter. Okay. I have 2 little tiny 1-star reviews. The first one is, I'm convinced that anyone who has rated this book above 1 star is illiterate. That's harsh, but okay. The second one says,
Very
it's also very harsh. It's a 1 star. It says, it didn't flicker to me. Sorry. I like that.
Yeah, nice.
All right, let's move on to the good reviews. Alex, what you got?
Okay, so I have a 5-star, and this person said, this is a psychological thriller that will keep you guessing. I cannot believe this is a debut book because it was so good. I was pulled into the story right from the beginning, and I did not want to put it down. This book kept me guessing, and it kept having me change my mind over who did it. The main character of this book was not lovable, but she made me root for her by the end. The ending of this book was so great, but I also loved the beginning. If you love a book with a ton of suspense and keeps you on your toes, then this is the book for you.
Nice. All right, so I have a 5-star also, and it says, imagine finding out your father is a serial killer and you're only 12 years old. Her memory of her father with a shovel? Psst. All those young girls going missing only to find out it's ... Your dad's fault? Bodies ... Were they found? Then move on to her becoming an adult on the anniversary of the past. Women ... Go ... Missing. What?
So dramatic.
I know. So much suspense. It can't be her father. So who is it? There were a couple of suspects I had in mind, and the reveal, well, that wasn't what I was thinking until the very end when the penny dropped. A good suspense, biting your nails kind of read, a few gasps, and plenty of staying up late reading this book. All right, there you go.
Is the penny drops a saying? Is that like a thing that people say?
Well, just like ass pull, obviously. We don't know about these things. But yeah, it literally just says, very end when the penny dropped.
Okay. Weird.
Right. By the way, no pennies drop in this novel.
No. All right. So we've heard what other people have to say. Now here's our backflap submissions. Jess, take it away.
Have you read A Flicker in the Dark yet? I just did. And now I'm in the dark here. Jess and Alex.
Okay. Scared of the dark? Put on a light, scaredy cat, and read this book and give yourself ... A flicker in the darkness. Jess and Alex.
Unethical doctors, jewelry thieves, alarming alarm system installations, and brothers who kill your friends. Read A Flicker in the Dark. Jess and Alex.
That's my favorite one. Read A Flicker in the Dark before it's lights out and get swept away like a beaded bracelet from your wrist or swept away like a son's murders under a rug. Hey, son, let me clean that mess for you. Jess and Alex.
It got dark real fast.
Yeah.
All right, so
All right, awesome.
make sure you check those back flaps for Jess and Alex's submissions.
They might put those on the movie poster.
They 100% will. They 100% will. That's going to be the phrase on the thing. It's going to say the movie, and it'll be like, "Hey, son, that's for you." Oh my God.
Hilarious. All right. So let's transition into the cooking portion of our episode with some yummy cooking tips. For today, we're going to discuss Southern style tips and tricks. Jess, what do you have for us today?
All right. So since we're talking about Southern, I wanted to bring up a biscuit recipe that I use. We make biscuits, Southern biscuits, I would say like once a week or every other week, at least once. For breakfast or for lunch. And I have like a frittata I prepare with it or some eggs, whatever. But my family goes nuts for it. And it's pretty easy. There's very few ingredients. Before you start, you just have to take a stick of butter or 6 tablespoons of butter, put it in your freezer for 30 minutes. You're going to need to grate the butter. So you want it to be as solid as possible. So while your butter is freezing, take a bowl. Put 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a tablespoon of baking powder. Mix that all together. And then once your butter has reached the 30-minute mark and it's cold enough, you take it out and you grate that butter into that bowl. And then using your hands, once you've done that, kind of like squish it all together. You mix it with your hands, kind of making it more of, how do you say it? Like you kind of like make it into a dough.
Knead it?
Yes.
Didn't need you.
Once you grate your butter and you put it into the bowl, you take your hands and you just knead it all together. It's going to be crumbly, but that's what you want. You put a little hole in the middle once you have it all mixed well together. And then you put a cup of buttermilk into there. And then you mix that together. You're not using your hands now. You're just, using whatever you started with before until it gets to be, something you can work with. So it's going to be like a nice little dough. Then you take that dough, put a little flour on your countertop or wherever you want to work. Put it on there, spread it out with your hands or so, or a roller, and then make it into sections that you'll be able to fold. So I keep it all together, I'll be honest. And then I just fold each side over to the middle so you can have layers formed. And then I just kind of roll that out just a little bit, not too much because you want them to be thick. And then take a biscuit cutter and just cut out 8 biscuits. Put them onto an already greased like cast iron pan or something you want to use and throw it right into the oven at 450 for 15 minutes. And then once they come out, I like to take the extra butter from the stick since you're using 6 tablespoons. There'll be extra butter left over. So I usually just melt that, add a little honey, and then I put that on top. So you can, use a little brush them on top. They're delicious. Everybody loves them. And they're really, really easy to make.
Yeah,
not easy to say, apparently, but easy to make.
Yeah, with the honey on top especially.
Yeah, I always add the honey butter.
I have not made these, but I love them, and I love going down south just to get these. So today I'm going to give a recipe for hush puppies because they're amazing, and I love them. They're basically like corn muffins, but rolled into balls and deep fried. So what could be bad about that? So what you'll need for this recipe is 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/2 cup of yellow cornmeal, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of freshly ground pepper, 1 large egg, 1/2 cup of buttermilk, 1 cup minced onion, and 2 cups of vegetable oil. So the first thing you're going to do is add all of your dry ingredients to a bowl. You'll combine them and just make sure that it's mixed well. Then I actually did want to mention that I did get this website online. It's from southernliving.com. Sorry, I forgot to mention that earlier. Then you're going to combine your wet and dry ingredients, and you'll stir everything together with the egg and buttermilk. And then you're going to add that to the dry ingredients, stir until everything is moistened, and then stir in the onion. And then pretty much the last step is that you're going to pour your oil into a 10-inch cast iron skillet or whatever you have. You're going to get the heat up to 375 degrees and then drop the batter by the tablespoons into the oil and fry it in batches for about 3 minutes on each side or until they're like a nice golden brown. And then you can drain them on some paper towels and serve them once they're ready. You can really serve them right away. Just don't burn your mouth if you want to eat them when they're fresh. Also, I haven't tried this, but I'm wondering if you could, for a healthier option, maybe fry these in the air fryer. They'd probably still come out okay, but you might have to do some type of refrigeration or something with the batter first. So if anybody has a tip or trick for hush puppies or any other type of Southern style cooking, let us know. Send us an email. Reach out to us on our socials. If we test out your suggestion, we'll credit you and discuss the outcome in the future.
As you may recall, on Tuesday, we introduced the ingredient of the week, which was wine. inspired by the wine that Chloe drinks at her engagement party and throughout the novel. We were each supposed to make something using that ingredient, so now we'll review the outcome. Alex, what'd you make?
All right, so I'm going to talk about this lemon wine sauce that I make for my pasta. It's really quick and really easy and really tasty. So basically, I like to make this with some type of long pasta. I prefer like angel hair or some type of thin spaghetti is my favorite, but you could use it with whatever pasta you wish. And while your pasta is cooking, you just put on the stove in a pan. You do a little bit of oil and you're going to saute some garlic and onions, and you can add other veggies if you want. I like to add hot peppers, usually jalapenos or something, unless I'm cooking it for other people. And then I try to leave those out because, you know, people don't like it spicy for some reason. Anyway, once those are cooked, maybe after a few minutes, once they're aromatic and maybe the onions are browning a little bit, then you're just going to add in to taste. I don't really use specific measurements, maybe about a half a cup of wine, cook it down, add in lemon juice. You can also add a little bit of chicken broth or vegetable broth or something like that. Might cut the wine and lemon flavor a little bit. If you don't like it too strong, I personally like it very lemony, so I add a lot of lemon. And you just let that simmer on low until your pasta's ready, and then you pour it over, and it's delicious. So there you go.
It sounds delicious.
Oh, I forgot to mention it should be white wine. You could use really any kind. I usually like to use a Chardonnay.
Yeah, same. I usually like to use Chardonnay or Pinot, but either work. Just a dry white wine.
Yeah.
But I make an Alfredo sauce. I've been making it for a long, long time. So I'll share that recipe with you guys. And same thing, you're going to use like a third a cup of wine in this one. So maybe as long as it's a white, dry wine, you're fine. But like we were saying, Chardonnay, Pinot, whatever you have on hand. So you're going to take an onion. You're going to chop it up. You want to do it kind of like minced. You don't want them too thick, too big of a piece. You're going to chop that up, and you're going to also dice up 2 to 3 cloves of garlic. And I say 2 to 3 because some people like less garlic. I don't really like those people. Some people like less garlic and some people like more garlic. So if you want to add more, go ahead. But I like a garlic flavor in my Alfredo.
All the garlic.
Leave it out. I know. You could leave it out entirely if you're one of those. No. Put a pan on the stove for a saucepan. Put a saucepan on the stove at medium heat. You're going to throw in your garlic with a little bit of olive oil. Don't leave it on too long, maybe like a minute tops. And then you throw in your onion and you let that simmer for a little bit. Sprinkle a little salt on top of the onion. And you let that stay for a little while. And once it starts to get translucent looking, the onion, then you're going to pour in your wine. It's about a third a cup of the white wine. You're going to make sure that wine, the liquid dissolves a lot. So once that looks like it cooked down to maybe even half of what it was, you add in an entire stick of butter. Okay. After the butter is all melted, then you're going to mix that all up. You're going to put, this is my special ingredient here, a pinch of nutmeg. Tell no one. Pinch of nutmeg. I know that sounds so weird and you're like, nutmeg. But I swear, you don't taste the nutmeg. It just enhances the flavors. And it's really, really good.
That sounds really good.
So you put a pinch of nutmeg, and then you could add other flavors if you want. You could add, your red pepper flakes or whatever you want to add in here. Or you could just leave it at that and add some pepper. So then once that's done, you're going to, on the side, have a little bowl of 2 egg yolks. No egg whites, because it will make this not work. Has to be egg yolks, and you have to pre-whisk them. So whisk them ahead of time. And then you're going to temper the eggs. So what that means is you just take a little bit of the liquid that's already on the stove. Little by little, you just, take a couple spoonfuls and mix it into the egg in the bowl until the temperature is right, because you don't want scrambled eggs in your Alfredo. That would be gross. So once you have it tempered just a little bit, maybe like a half a cup's worth or so, maybe a little less, then you could pour the whole thing into the pan, mix it all up together, and wait about a minute or two until it thickens, because that's going to help thicken your sauce. And what's also going to help thicken it would be obviously adding some cheese. So you could use 2 cups of heavy cream. You could also use half and half, or you can use some kind of substitute if you wanted to. You could even reduce that to like 1.5 cups if you wanted to. But one of those, I usually just pour in one of those little half pints, and that works perfectly. And then you're going to lower your heat. You're going to add in a half a cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. Reggiano cheese is the best. And a half a cup of shredded Romano cheese. You can even sub out. One time I didn't have Romano cheese and I added I think Fantina or cheddar, and it was delicious. So you can use whatever you have on hand with that. Mix it all together. Once it gets really thick, You could add a little more salt and pepper if it needs it. Give it a taste test. If it doesn't, you could take it off and whatever pasta you want to use. Or if you don't want to even use pasta and use this as a dip, that also is delicious. So enjoy.
Sounds amazing. I think I've had your Alfredo sauce before. I think you made it for me once when I was there, and it was a delight. It really was.
Well, now you know my secret with the nutmeg.
Yeah.
If you have a yummy recipe using wine, send us an email or reach out to us on our socials. If we test out your suggestion, we'll credit you and discuss the outcome in the future.
Okay, so let's get into our Judge a Thang segment of our episode, our Poddy'sode. We're going to start out with Judge a book by its cover. We know that we're not really supposed to do this, but for today we are because it's our game and it's fun. So we're each going to pick a book that the other person hasn't read, and we'll each have to guess what that book is about based solely on the cover. Jess, what do you have for me today?
Okay. So I have an orange background with pink flowers on it and a bee, a bumblebee on the top. The book is called Honeybees and Distant Thunder by Riku Anda.
Okay. I feel like this is payback for the carousel cover I gave you because I have no idea what this is about. It's just flowers on an orange cover. Honeybees and Distant Thunder. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to say it's a fiction, and I'm going to say it's about a woman living in some type of colonial times, let's say. And she's living out west in the United States. Maybe not, but whatever, I'm going to go with it. And she makes friends with the local honeybees. She's a honeybee, a honey collector. And it's about colonists coming and trying to take her land, and that's what the thunder represents. It's like they're coming from a faraway land to come and disrupt her honeybee business, and she ends up losing her honeybee business because of these colonizers, and that's what I think this book is about.
No. To be fair, this was very mean, this cover.
Yeah.
Once again, the flowers have nothing to do with anything in this book, nor do the honeybees. Okay.
Bullshit.
This story is about a girl in Japan, actually.
I was going to guess Japan.
Yeah,
I should have. Well.
I thought maybe it would have gave it away about like the author, because it's a Japanese writer.
Yeah.
And I like my Asian lit.
Yeah.
But this is about a girl who is a prodigy. She's like a child prodigy, and she stopped performing after her mom dies. And now she's trying to make a comeback.
Okay. A prodigy of what?
She's a musician.
Okay.
She plays piano, but she's never had lessons. She doesn't even own a piano. She just basically got on the piano one day and started playing, and she was great at it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's inspired by true events, actually, I believe. And now that I'm thinking about it, actually, I think she is a beekeeper, or maybe her family is beekeepers. It definitely has something to do with bees, I think, actually.
Okay.
I don't remember. I read it a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was okay. I mean, I think I liked it. I don't remember, so that's not great. But I feel like it had some impact because I remembered it. So there you go.
Yeah. Okay. It sounds good. It sounds interesting. It sounds a little sad too.
Yeah, it's definitely serious,
Yeah.
But I liked the title a lot.
It is a pretty title. Yeah. It's a pretty cover too.
Yeah, it is. But also erroneous to the content.
Yeah. Erroneous.
Yeah, erroneous on all accounts.
Yeah.
What do you got for me?
All right. So I have one that has a lot in it. I'm going to show it to you real quick, and then I'll describe it for those who can't see it. You're not even looking. Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
For those who can't see it, including you.
Hold on. Let me describe it. So this is the first in the Mistborn series, the trilogy. The title is The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. And on the cover, in the bottom left-hand corner, we see a giant man's face with some weird-ass eyes and teeth. Okay.
Good.
And then in the background, we can see a character with short hair, what looks like a dress, no shoes, kind of flying with a blade. And then there's a lot of like swirls and stuff in the back, and some of it's kind of hard to make out, but it looks like there's some orange and blue and like lots of swirly things.
And the M in the Mistborn title looks like a crown, kind of.
Yeah, a little.
Okay. A lot of purple going on. Let me see. Zoom in on that guy's face again. Crazy looking that face. Okay.
Well, Brandon Sanderson, I'm going to say is fantasy. I mean, this is probably his autobiography or something. You're messing with me. I hope not, because that would be his face, and that's sad. I'm going to say that this is definitely a fantasy series, or maybe sci-fi, but I'm going to go fantasy. And because the M looked like a crown, I'm going to say this is about some kind of ruler. Whether he lost his reign or something's going on in this world that he has to try, and maybe there's a mist, and maybe he was born in the mist and he has to try and eradicate this mist, or maybe somebody's gunning for his crown. Okay. And, he's trying to hell no, you can't have my crown. And he's like, and people are like, we want it. He's like, get the hell out of here, people. That's one of the scenes in it. And I'm going to say maybe like that scary guy. Maybe it has something to do with like the afterlife or hell, or like, I don't know, maybe some kind of like a devil on his shoulder, some kind of mean spirit that's either possessing him or haunting the land, and he has to try to defeat it.
Okay. So there is a king, but the book is not about him. So basically, This is a fantasy, you were correct. And the story follows the protagonist. There's kind of two protagonists. One is Vin. She's like a young slave girl. And the other one is Kelsier, who is kind of the leader of this underworld group of allomancers. So in this world, they have powers, and they use allomancy to gain those powers, which is basically like, it's a really cool magic system. I'm not going to get too in depth into it because he explains it really in depth in the book, and I don't want to do it justice, but it's essentially linked to the metals. So like if they swallow a small amount of nickel, it'll help them. They can basically like push away, things like that. I don't know how to explain it really. Like I said, I don't want to do it a disservice, but it's a really interesting magic system, and it's kind of based in some type of like science. It's cool. And they work together. So Kelsier recruits Vin into his circle because she is able to use allomancy, and she's pretty powerful. She didn't even know it. And the goal is to overrule the Lord Ruler, who is the king of this land, and he's pretty evil. He rules with an iron fist, and it's about this like criminal crew that comes together and work together to overcome the kingdom. So it's really good.
Sounds interesting.
I highly recommend it. I really enjoyed reading it. It's pretty long and it's very detailed. The world building and the magic system are incredibly developed, so that's why it's hard to explain, because there's like a lot of little details.
Yeah. Well, it's Brandon Sanderson. I expected that.
Yeah. So it's really good. I read this, I think I read it at the end of 2022. I rated it 5 stars, but I did not read the second or third one yet. So they're on my list.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds really good. How many?
I think you would like it. Yeah.
How many books are in the series?
There's 3. It's a trilogy for this one. Yeah. I think there might be a novella attached to it as well. I'm not sure. I know at least one of his series has a novella, and I can't remember if it's this one.
Okay. Adding that to my list. Thank you.
Yeah, I think you would like it a lot.
All right, so now we're going to judge a bro. So we're each going to pick a character from a book that the other person hasn't read, and each person has to guess the character's role in the book, their personality traits, and possibly what they look like based on their name alone. Alex, what do you got for me?
Okay, so the name is Fox Thornton, and the book is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey.
What's the name? Fox
Thornton.
I want to read this book. It's on my TBR. I know it's a romance.
Yeah.
Fox Thornton. I hope that's not like the main love interest guy's name. Fox.
I don't know. Is it?
That reminds me of You've Got Mail. It's Fox. Fox. I mean, it's got to be a nickname. All right, whatever. I'm gonna go with it. It's the guy love interest. It's the male protagonist, or not protagonist, but the male love interest of the protagonist. It's probably not neither of those. Probably a side character friends, but I'm just gonna rock with this. And he's very charming, and he's very handsome. I don't know. He's good looking and he's nice. And when it happened that summer, it happened well.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever. That's what I'm going with.
All right.
Handsome.
So he is not the male love interest. He is the friend of the male love interest.
I figured.
He is the male love interest in the sequel, though. Hook, line, and sinker. So, and he is very charming. You were right about that. He is very handsome. He's kind of a Lothario type. He kind of, is like a playboy. Very charming, very handsome, and funny as well. So I liked him. I liked his character, and there's really not that much more to it. They are romance books, so it's not like, super in depth with the detail in terms of like plot or anything with him, but
gotcha.
He's a fun side character. He's cute.
I like the name Fox. Is that his nickname or that's his real name?
I believe that's his real name.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, you ready for me?
I'm ready.
Sasha.
Okay.
From A Visit from the Goon Squad.
Oh, okay. This is a kid's book, I think. I can't remember. All right, it doesn't matter. So Sasha is, is she the protagonist? I'm going to say she's not the protagonist. She's a friend. All right, I'm going to go similar to what you were saying with the other one. I'm going to say it's a friend to the protagonist. I think this is about kids. I don't really remember what this book is. So I'm going to say she's like 12 years old and she's the best friend of the protagonist and they go on a fun adventure and it's a coming of age story. So they go through a lot of fun things together. And by the end at one point they have a falling out and they don't talk to each other. And then they come back together by the end. And I think that she has dirty blonde hair cut to her chin and she's kind of a tomboy. That's what I'm going to go with. Am I right at all? Is it not a kid's book? I can't remember.
It is 100% not a kid's book.
God damn it. Okay.
No,
I thought that.
It is a serious book and it's about fiction and technology and how technology affects a group of people. And Sasha is one of the main protagonist people, but it does follow a bunch of people. What I love about this book, and this book is actually on our TBR that I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
But this book is like, how like they'll have like somebody each chapter, but in this particular case, each person has something to do with Sasha or somebody else. So it starts out, let's say, with Sasha, and then somebody that knows Sasha, and then somebody that knows that person that knows Sasha, and so on and so forth.
Oh, okay. It's like the 6 degrees of Sasha. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, basically. So, all right. So, it doesn't have to do with, it's not a coming of age story, but it does follow her from different decades. So you see her when she's in college in her 20s, and you see her again up until maybe like 40s, 50s. And actually it does refer to her when she's younger too, now that I'm thinking about it. So it kind of, does follow a couple of ages from her. So that's interesting that you said that, but not a kid's book.
Yeah.
And she also had an issue too where she was abused by an uncle, I think it was an uncle, but abused when she was a child. She's a thief. She steals people's things to feel something from their objects. She's a very interesting character. I really like Sasha.
Okay.
And she's very complex. And she doesn't have short hair. And she's not blonde, but it's like strawberry blonde.
Oh, so. Okay. Well, at least I had the light hair down, kind of.
I think he would really like this book, actually.
Yeah. It's on my TBR. And I don't know, I guess because it kind of sounds a little bit like Goon Squad, like kids. And that must be why I thought that. But
yeah. There's a reason for the name. I don't really remember it, but I know, I think there's a couple of people that are in this book were in a band, and I think Sasha was friends with the people in the band, and I think they were the Goon Squad. I think that's what it was, but I don't quote me on that because I don't remember, but I like this book a lot. I gave it a high rating. I remember that.
Yeah, I want to read that. All right. So we've judged a book by its cover. We've judged a bro. Now let's judge a tit. Just kidding. Let's judge a title.
It gets me every time.
I know. Sorry, listeners, but it's just never going to not be funny for us.
Like, don't judge me, but I think tit might be the funniest word I've ever heard in my life. All right.
All right. Hilarious. So now we'll each pick a book that the other person hasn't read. The other person will have to guess what that book is about based on the title of the book. Jess, what's your title for me?
Oh, I forgot to say before, by the way, that A Visit from the Goon Squad is by Jennifer Egan. Sorry.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Okay. So my title for you is The Buddha in the Attic.
You've told me about this book. I'm pretty sure. I can never remember. All right. I'm going to say that this is an Asian book, maybe a Chinese author, and it's a contemporary fiction about a person growing up in modern China that is conflicted about their religious experience, and the Buddha in the attic represents this idea that they've put their religion on the back burner, but throughout the novel, they end up being confronted with situations that make them reflect back on the religion. That's what I'm going to go with.
Okay. So, what genre did you say this was?
A contemporary fiction.
Okay. It is it is contemporary fiction, right? I think so. Kind of also like historical fiction.
Okay.
All right. So basically, you were right. It is Asian, obviously inspired, but it does take place in America and Japan. Okay. So this is a story. I loved this book, by the way. This is a novella because it was like only 140 pages or something like that. Okay. It's a really quick read, but it was so interesting because it was it's like in first person narration, but plural. So the whole book is we. And it's basically about a group of little girls sent here from Japan to be mail order brides.
Oh, okay.
And they come on over here to older men. The pictures that they were sent were of the men when they were younger. So they thought they were coming here to marry young men, and they're really older men. Kind of disturbing.
Yeah.
And you find out that this is real. This has really happened. It really took place. And they start rounding them up to put them into camps when Pearl Harbor happens. And even though they've been here for the majority of their life, most of them came here when they were like 12. They've been here the majority of their life, and they are still targeted as, outsiders. It was really, really interesting read. I really loved the sections that they would say, we did this, we did that. And then they would start talking about themselves individually because they didn't see themselves as individuals. It's just, it's very impactful. I'd advise anyone to read it and just check it out. And it actually really did open my eyes to the fact that this happens. I had no idea. Yeah. They don't teach this in school. So, but it's by Julie Atsuka. It won a lot of awards. It was excellent. I gave it a 5-star, I'm pretty sure. So
yeah, I actually do remember learning about that in school, about the internment camps that they had in America. Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah, it is horrible.
First of all, it's horrible too that they were sending these little girls over here that they were like 12 getting married randomly because they wanted them to be American citizens. And the whole Buddha thing, basically when they're leaving their houses to go to internment camps, one of them is thinking about the Buddha in her attic. So that's what it ties into.
Okay.
So you were right kind of that they had to have an issue, and then they had to abandon basically their beliefs, things like that. They had abandoned their culture, right? In a sense. They had to hide their culture in the attic.
Right. Sad.
Yeah. You would definitely like this book.
Yeah. All right. Well,
sorry to get somber on you.
That's okay. That's all right. My title for you is A Child Called It.
What? Okay.
A Child Called It.
All right. So this is a background book about It from the Addams Family and his coming to age. And how he grew up and, he was bullied. Okay. Because, if anyone doesn't know, It from the Addams Family is basically just all hair in front of his face. So, he was bullied in school. People were really mean. They didn't take kindly to the fact that he, looked like a brush rather than a person. And this is coming to age novel. And it's a very interesting read because who even thinks of it, right? And a couple of times, too, it's referenced in the book. He's watching it while he's coming of age and he's getting scared of it, Yeah.
I did not expect it to go in that direction. You took me by surprise. I'm baffled. Oh my God.
Well, was I right?
I would read that. No, of course you weren't.
Of course you would read the coming of age story of It.
That sounds hilarious. That sounds like such a funny book. All right. This book is not funny at all. So it's actually a nonfiction, and it is the story. It's written by Dave Peltzer, and it's his true life experience of growing up in a household where he was severely abused and neglected by his mother and at times his other siblings. I won't get into detail because it does get very graphic, but it was very impactful. It's a pretty popular book. I think they might have made it into a movie. I can't recall, but really, really, really disturbing and sad, but very good. And yeah.
I wouldn't be able to read that book. That's a trigger for me.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to read this, but if anybody is interested, it is worthwhile. It is very good. Just check your triggers and be prepared for some really disturbing subject matter.
Ugh, that's something that would give me nightmares, by the way.
Yeah. Well, it's even worse because it is a true story told from his perspective. So
just the thought of this alone might give me a nightmare later.
Oh,
I can't wait to hug my kid.
Oh.
But yeah, if you guys are interested though in the coming of age of it, maybe I'll write something for you.
Yes, please do. I would love to read it. I really like the part where you were like, oh, he really resembles a hairbrush.
Yeah. Well, there's a scene in the playgrounds, Alex, where, he's on the swing just minding his own business and somebody knocks him off the swing and he's like, hey, hairbrush. What are you doing over there, hairbrush?
Oh, my God.
Why don't you comb your way out of here? And then he went home crying. So the cool thing about, having hair in front of your face is you don't even need tissues. You could just wipe your hair. You wipe your eyes with your hair.
That's true. Okay. All right. Let's move into our game for this week.
All right. So for this week's game, we need to shut off our screens. So we're in the dark here. Just kidding. Not really. We will be playing what we're going to be calling In the Dark Charades. So since we can't act it out, because you won't be able to see that, and how unfun would that be? We'll instead describe things to one another in 5 words or less, which sounds like quite the challenge. So let's see if we can do this. We're going to be using something called randomwordgenerator.com that we each have set up on our phones to randomly generate words for us. And we're going to have to try to guess and see what the other person is talking about. All right. The only thing that we are allowed to say that is not included in the 5 words or less will be the topic. Person, place, or thing won't count as well. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Sounds good.
All right, Alex, what you got?
All right. So this is a thing.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to try to do this in 5 words. Brown, hairy, grows on face.
What's it? Hair, mustache.
No.
Beard.
No. Okay, hold on. Brown, hairy, grows on body.
A pimple?
No.
A dick? Brown, hairy, grows on face or grows on body. Shit.
You know this. You know it.
Eyebrows.
No.
Hair. It has to be hair follicles.
No. You get one more guess.
I don't know. What else could it possibly... Wait. A zit? A pimple? No, they're not brown. Oh, a beauty mark.
Close. A mole.
Okay.
Okay.
Mole.
Mole, 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 mole. I was like, you know this. Okay. What's my word? I mean, what's my clues?
Okay. A place, movie, scenes, filming on the
set?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes. It was just set, but I went with that.
Oh,
I
okay.
figured.
Yeah.
Woo. All
nice.
right.
All right. This one is, I guess, a thing again. All right. Books, sections, 1, 2, 3.
Series?
No.
Genre?
No.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
4.
Section of a book.
Chapter.
Yes. Chapter.
All right. Nice. Okay. The next one is hungry, built up, and blank.
Hungry, build up an appetite.
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
All right. This one grows on animals.
Fur.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Okay. First, there, then sweet.
Sour.
Yes.
Okay. All right. This one is an organ.
Okay.
Poop. Sorry. An organ in body.
Buttocks?
No, in body. Poop.
What?
Inflamed.
Anus?
Colonoscopy.
Oh, colonoscopy. Colonoscopy is an actual a thing you get done. It's a procedure.
Yeah, to this organ.
You could have said procedure. I'm sitting here thinking, what the
No,
hell
it's not
anus.
It's not colonoscopy. It's the organ.
Oh.
Colonoscopy is one of the clues. Yes.
Okay. I can't. I was like, wait a second. I was like, that's erroneous. All right. Okay. I don't know if this is a person, place, or thing, and we haven't been saying them anyway, so I'm not going to bother.
I know.
All right. In wars, says this Switzerland.
Neutral?
Yes.
Nice.
At first, I was like, I like to coordinate with these. I was like, that doesn't make sense.
With neutrals?
Yeah, neutral colors. I like neutral colors.
You're funny. All right. Do not operate heavy blank.
Machinery.
Yes.
Okay. Don't like place gone elsewhere.
Do not like place elsewhere.
Don't like is workplace one word?
Yeah.
Don't like workplace. Leaving other.
Okay. Job? New job?
No,
Resign?
Okay. Need more funds making a
Living? Making a
don't like this class.
Peace out.
All right. Let's attempt here. Hold on. This is hard, this one. Okay.
Leaving?
Making a bank transaction.
Withdraw.
No.
Damn.
To other. Bank transaction to other.
Transfer?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So difficult.
All right. All right. I want to speak with blank.
Manager.
Yes.
Okay, Karen. Okay. The social blank movie nerd.
Network?
Yes. I like the 5 words. It's
Yeah. All right. Hand me the scalpel.
Doctor?
Says person. Close.
Nurse.
Close.
Assistant.
More specific.
Surgeon.
Yes.
Yay! All right. Salt and pepper. None of ya.
Business. Love that song.
Me too. If I want to take a guy home with me tonight, it's none of your business.
And if she want to
be
get
your
freaky,
freaking hanging on the weekend.
weekends,
All right.
none of your business. All right.
I don't think it's hanging on the weekend. I think it's something else. But whatever, it's fine.
Yeah,
Love
I think
that song.
It's like selling on the weekends or something.
Salt and pepper. All right.
All right. 5 nickels equals this.
Time. No. Oh my God. Quarter.
Yes. I was concerned about you for a second. I was like, how do you calculate your money?
Can you calculate at all? Okay. Not needed. Put away in
Storage.
yes.
Nice. Okay. Graduate college with this paper.
Diploma.
Close is another word for that.
Certificate.
No.
Degree.
Yes. They're all the same.
I have for someone who has 2 of them. It took way too long. All right, that's sad. This is easy. This one.
Okay.
Our favorite book genre.
Fantasy.
Boom.
Easy. All right.
Oh.
On Nickelodeon, people got blanked.
Slimed.
Yes. Just slime, but yes. I wasn't sure if you were going to get that reference. I was like, I don't know if you would know this. Okay.
All right. What I'm doing.
Shutting up. Mouth shut. Lips tight.
Okay. The patient.
Oh, silent. Okay.
But different.
Quiet.
The act of. The action.
Silenced?
Yes.
Okay.
Silence, yes.
All right. Lorelai works here. Or sorry, Lorelai works at an blank.
In.
Yes. Yes.
Let's do 2 more each, right?
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Lucky you. Beach. Water.
Vacation. Lucky you.
Ocean. Water. No. Ocean meets the...
Sea. Beach. Sand.
Yes!
Okay.
Yeah, the ocean doesn't meet... The ocean doesn't meet the
Yeah.
the water
Well-
because the ocean is the water.
The
Okay.
ocean meets the sea. Isn't that a saying?
Yeah,
Maybe
that's what she
not.
said sea, right? No. It's from sea to shining sea. All right, I'm done.
All right. Oh, don't be so blank.
Old?
No.
Stupid?
Oh, hold on. Don't be so. All right.
Grandma?
No. Come on. Don't be so blank.
Boring? Dull.
No.
Pussyfoot.
No. All right. Pussyfoot.
That's another funny word.
Don't be so pussyfoot. My skin is really blank.
Scaly.
No. It's the same word. Don't be so scaly because of my scaly skin. What the fuck? Oh my god.
I don't know. Try again.
The microphone is very blank. Picks up sounds.
Loud?
No. Little baby's so blank.
What?
Forget it.
It's
Sensitive.
you talk to me like grandma. I'm thinking teeth. I'm thinking old dentures.
I was thinking about how we make fun of each other and Doug and stuff, and we're like, "Oh, you're so sensitive."
Grandma. I was misled, and I demand a new word.
I tried to give other examples, and you said pussyfoot and scaly.
Pussyfoot's a funny word.
It is a funny word. All right.
All right. Like a
Virgin. Touched for the very first time.
perfect.
All right. VIP blank. Backstage.
Pass.
No, close.
Person.
Though. All blank. Backstage VIP.
Press.
No.
Access.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Far out. Okay. This is a Britney song, but you might not get it. It was only your...
I don't know.
All right. He was lurking in
Dark. Corner.
Peter
Basement?
Pan. Peter Pan fought with his...
Fought with his? Oh, mind?
Oh! Peter Pan was chasing his...
Shadow?
It's a Britney song and it's excellent. It was only your shadow, nobody else. Sorry. Good one.
Well, that was a lot of fun.
It was. I demand another word though, because you lied and pussyfooted me.
Fine. Fine. You get one more.
Good.
The opposite of dark.
Light.
Yes.
That was the easiest one ever. That wasn't even fun. All right, fine.
I didn't think sensitive was that hard.
It was pretty difficult, apparently.
Don't be so pussyfooting. Oh, my skin's so scaly. The microphone's so loud.
Grandma voice. How am I supposed to know? Oh, come on over. That's the grandma voice. That's not the sensitive.
Oh, you're so sensitive like a little baby. That's the voice I use. All my voices sound the same. It's not fair. That's the real issue. It's just all my voices sound the same.
Oh my god. Well, all right. We played charades in the dark here.
We're in the dark here.
That was
All right.
fun, and you might see that segment again. That game might
Yeah.
reoccur because that was pretty fun.
Definitely. That was a blast.
Yeah.
All right.
You're a blast.
You're
All right.
a blast. With a dick. All right. We're going to turn the podcast over to Jess's husband, Doug, for a manly minute or a Dougly minute or a chug of Doug. We tried to get Alex's husband involved, but he's too shy. Maybe in the future. For now, here's a healthy chug of Doug.
And now, a healthy chug of Doug.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How's everybody doing today? You guys ready for Halloween? Huh? You gonna get dressed up? Trick-or-treating? Huh? Gonna go to some Halloween parties? Jess and I went to a Halloween party. She went as Napoleon Dynamite. I went as Rex Kwando. You know, got the people going. They loved it. Everybody kept coming up, talking about how great the costumes were. I was like, I know, forget about it. Forget about it. Sorry. Think I go home and stall every night just like Peter Pan over here? Forget about it. So what else is going on, huh? My hockey picks, over my last 3, not going well, guys. We're struggling over here. You know, I was 11-12 at one point. It's now like 12-16, 12-17. We took a little spill out there, but we're going to get back up because in life, you got to get back up no matter what, except for if you break your legs. Then it's going to be an issue getting back up. You're probably going to have to call for an ambulance, Ask one of your friends to drive you to the hospital, maybe your family member. No, that's all I got for you guys today, Enjoy it. I can't with you because you're laughing the whole time.
Stay tuned for the next Manly Minute, where you can get tips about sports, working out, reading, gaming, and other fun topics. Just a reminder to stay after the episode for some bloopers and bonus content.
Next Tuesday, October 31st, we'll be reading and reviewing Mary, An Awakening of Terror by Nat Cassidy. Join us then for our first spooky special episode on this horror novel. And then join us again next Thursday, November 2nd, for another Poddy episode.
Don't forget to mark your calendar for our next Book of the Month episode, which will air on Wednesday, November 29th. We'll be reading and discussing Tommy Orange's novel, There, There.
Get ready for our next bonus episode. Date and book will be announced soon.
If you haven't read the upcoming books but would like to, head on over to the link in our bio and get a copy for yourself so that you can participate in future discussions.
You don't pay anything extra, but if you make a purchase using our link, we get a small commission, so thank you so much for supporting us. If you enjoy listening to our podcast, it would really mean a lot to us if you would leave a positive review on Spotify, Apple, or whichever streaming service you use.
We would really appreciate it also if you could spread the word by telling friends and family about our podcast. And of course, we want to say thank you to all of our listeners. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Yep. We also want to remind everyone to be on the lookout for our live events on TikTok.
Yep, we'll be doing some live events soon, and we will post upcoming dates on our socials. If you're just tuning in, this is what you can expect from our podcast. We're going to be releasing new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday, so be sure to check out our socials for updates and also some bonus content. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and other platforms. Click on the link in our bio for access to all of our socials, our website, and other links.
We encourage you to reach out to us with thoughts, ideas, questions, and feedback. You can email us at bookswithcooks@gmail.com. You can also find our full book reviews on Goodreads. These links will also be available at the link in bio. If no one told you today, you're important and valued. You belong here. You're doing great. And we believe in you.
Now let's turn the page and put a fork in it.
Because we're done with this one.
Alex is in the dark here. Moon me or something.
Why would I moon you? Wait, maybe I'll moon cheese you. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm done.
Full moon. Right. Now I want to name the episode Freeze That Dick.
Freeze that dick. All right, so that brings us now to our speech series. As you know, we like to expand. All right, so that brings us to our speech series. As you know, we like to enhance your speech as well as our own. We're going to be taking these from the Well-Spoken Thesaurus by Tommy the Heels, or Tom Healer. For this week, the phrase you're not going to use is, now that I think about it. Instead, you're going to say, in retrospect. So instead of saying, now that I think about it, she might want that dick, you could say, in retrospect, I think she would like that dick. So instead of saying, now that I think about it, instead you can say, in retrospect. For example, now that I think about it, that turkey was on the lawn. Instead, you can say, in retrospect, the turkey was on the lawn.
Recipe is you have to take a stick of butter, or at least 6 tablespoons of butter, and put it in the freezer for 30 minutes because you want that to get nice and stiff, hard.
Your child.
Because you don't want that butter to be too soft.
Or that dick.
You gotta freeze the D. I can't even function right now. I hate you so much. Just stop it and I'll start it again.
Okay.
Ingredients, but before you start, you have to take a stick of butter, or 6 tablespoons of butter, put it in the freezer for 30 minutes. You want it to sounds dirty. You want it to be very solid. No.
That's a solid dick.
Anything I said, anything. I was like, we want it to tighten up. That's even worse.
Tighten up. Like, the butter's just gonna tighten up. Just say saucing, man. Most people are not gonna have a dirty mind to keep.
All right. You're on mute.
Next Tuesday, October 31st, we will be reading and reviewing Mary, An Awakening of Terror by Nat Cassidy.
I hate you so much. Why are you laughing?
Because what's this? Mary, An Awakening of Terror. What is that? Nobody can see you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, I'm not even going to look at you. Next Tuesday, October 31st, we will be reading and reviewing Mary, An Awakening of Terror by Nat Cassidy. Join us then for our first spooky special episode on this horror novel. And again, next Thursday, join us, please, for November's. Why am I saying please?
I can't record for the rest of the day. I'm done. I'm out of here. Oh my God.
All right, Jess. Yes, I do have an example. In a flicker in the dark, Chloe was ravenous for some wine and Valium. It's fucked up.
That really is, but it's true. All right. In a flicker in the dark, yeah. The flicker in flicker in a flicker in the dark. Apparently, the people at the engagement party were ravenous for crawfish.
Yes.
And
that was
dick.
Oh my God. The T-Rex was ravenous for some dino meat.
Some dino dick.
Some dino dick. I hate you. What is going on with your glasses?
I laugh and I look down, they go up. Oh man. All right. I'm hungry. Are you hungry? I'm ravenous for some cheese.
Okay.
You thought I was going to say something else.
I knew you. I thought you were going to say dick, and then you said cheese.
Exactly.
Dick
I
cheese.
threw you off. Dick cheese. Let's hit you with some trivia. Let's hit you with some dick.
I didn't say let's hit you with some trivia. You just want to say let's hit you with some dick.
I'm gonna hit you with my dick. All right, just got it. Got.
Yeah, you ready for it?
Sure.
She was ravenous for that dick.
Name of the episode. Listen to me. This might make it to the bloopers, this part, or it might be in. I don't know. All I know is that we wanted to name this episode of Flicker in the Dick.
Flicker in the dick.
We might. I don't know. Listen.
All right.
Oh my God, Alex.
All right. I have a real example. All right. Here we go.
She's ravenous for the dick is the real example.
Hold on. I'm just going to cut this now.
My dogs are going nuts. So hold on one sec.
Judge a tit, eat a dick. Judge a tit.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I don't know. You're wearing off on me.
I wish these dogs would stop. Do you hear them?
A little bit, yeah. All right. So what are you snacking on today? I hope it's not dick cheese.
I just had a Nature's Valley.
I'm sorry.
Not dick cheese. You asshole. I just had a Nature Valley trail mix bar, dark chocolate cherry with cranberries in it as well. And I had a Red Bull, a sugar-free Red Bull. And earlier today, I actually had some dick.
So stupid.
It really is. Wait. Excuse my pun. But this episode has gone down south.
Oh my God.
What are you eating? Function right now. What are you snacking on?
All right. Well, I have some moon cheese, the Gouda moon cheese, and some Parm crisps. And I just finished my coffee. It was a chocolate Milano with some oat milk. It was iced, even though I told you I really would have preferred it hot because I was freezing. I'm sitting here with my heated blanket. But I made it iced because I didn't feel like washing my little milk steamer frother. All right. And that's enough of that. And I have some water as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All those cheese references.
I know.
You're killing me today.
Sorry.
I don't even know if this is even useful. This entire thing you just made is useful. All right. Well, sounds like you're snacking on some good shit.
It is. It's good. All right. If you could describe yourself in 2 words only, what would they be?
Fun, fossil.
What?
No, I'm only kidding. Describe myself. Like if I had to give like a description of myself as a character.
Sure.
I don't know. You go first.
Dick juggler. All right.
Dick juggler in there?
I did.
All right.
Done.
Dick. All right, Dick gargler.
I was gonna say gargler.
Were you? That's hysterical. What are the odds?
I know. All right. If you could describe yourself in 2 words only, what would they be? I'll go first. We're having a moment.
Yeah, thanks, because I'm laughing here.
I don't know. I guess intelligent and honestly generally kind of quiet. Just not around.
2 words.
Well, quiet.
Oh, all right. I would describe you as a sassy spatula.
Okay.
All right. No, all jokes aside, my description as like if you're describing my character, I guess, would be dick juggler.
I don't even think we can answer this question.
Not right now. Let's skip this question.
All right, let's skip it.
Thanks for listening to my mommy and Aunt Alex. Bye.